Tell him get on his knees.
Hey, somebody get this stick on his knees.
Good job, Billy.
The year is 1879, and the American West is bleeding. In a small Mexican village, a wedding is interrupted by the thundering hooves of the most ruthless gang in the territory. They wear distinctive red sashes around their waist and call themselves the Cowboys. Led by the charismatic but sociopathic Curly Bill Brocious and his deadly second-in-command, Johnny Ringo, they gun down the local police and massacre the wedding guests because the police had killed 2 of their members. Scared and disgusted, the local priest delivers a chilling warning to the gang. He quotes the Book of Revelation, warning them of a pale horse, the rider, and the hell that follows him. The Cowboys laugh. They don't believe in consequences, and Ringo casually puts a bullet in his head.
What is el hijo de Satanás?
But little do they know that they are about to meet a man who will make them believe in the priest's words. The scene cuts to a train traveling across an arid landscape. Aboard is Wyatt Earp, looking sharp and incredibly imposing. Wyatt is a living legend, a former peace officer who brought law to Kansas. But he is done with the badge, done with the blood, and done with the stress. He just wants to make his fortune and live in peace along with his family.
Oh, you don't understand, Marshal. I did my duty. Now I'd like to get on with my life. I'm going to Tombstone.
He arrives in Tucson along with his wife Mattie Blaylock to meet his brothers, Virgil and Morgan, and their wives, Allie and Louisa respectively. They stand near a mirror and pose as a happy family, and it looks like everyone is going to enjoy their new home. The Earp family packs up their wagons and heads for Tombstone, Arizona. Tombstone isn't a sleepy frontier town. It is a booming, chaotic, silver mining metropolis. It runs 24 hours a day, fueled by greed and gunpowder. When the Earps arrive, they are immediately greeted by the county sheriff, Johnny Bean. Bean is just like a smooth-talking politician who can go to any extent just to save his skin.
As a matter of fact, we got 3 lovely cottages coming up for rent. I've thrown a good cleaning. No charge.
We are also introduced to the elderly town marshal, Fred White. He tells them that every saloon in the town is doing good business, except the Oriental. Curious about what's wrong with the place, he walks inside and orders a drink. He casually chats with the bartender and asks him about the reason for the downfall of the saloon. To which, the man promptly points to a card dealer named Johnny Tyler. Wyatt casually strolls up to him and scolds him, just like an adult scolds a child. He completely ignores Tyler's threats, slaps him across the face, confiscates his shotgun, and throws him out into the street.
Listen, mister, I'm getting awful tired of your...
I'm getting tired of your gas. Now jerk that pistol and go to work. I said throw down, boy.
Just like that, Wyatt secures a 25% stake in the saloon's profits, and the Earps are in business. But this insult does not sit well with Tyler. He takes a shotgun and marches towards an unsuspecting Wyatt, wanting to shoot him in the back. But just then, Doc Holliday appears from the shadows. Doc is an aristocrat and a deadly gunfighter. He is also dying of tuberculosis, and his terminal illness gives him a terrifying advantage. He simply does not care if he dies today or tomorrow. He rebukes Tyler and casually asks him to put the gun away.
Why, Johnny Tyler! You madcap!
Doc?
Where you going with that shotgun?
Realizing that he is faced with Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday, Tyler tucks his tail in between his legs and runs away. The men exchange greetings and catch up on old times. But just then, they see a carriage entering the town. Inside it is an actor named Fabian and the gorgeous Josephine. Wyatt is enchanted by her eyes and her beauty, but controls himself as he is a married man. Josephine, on the other hand, is also intrigued by the strong personality of Wyatt.
Interesting little scene. I wonder who that tall drink of water is.
That night inside the Birdcage Theater, the actors begin their play, and the place is full of cowboys and the aristocrats who are sitting on the first floor. As usual, the savage men begin bullying the actors, but despite that, the group continues. Even during acting, Josephine steals the show, proving how talented of an actress she is. Wyatt is captivated by her style, and their eyes meet for a split second, which is enough to make Mattie jealous. After the show ends, Wyatt and his brothers play inside the Oriental. Doc tells him that Wyatt may be in love with Josephine, but he vehemently denies it.
And what would you do if she walked in here?
Oh, I'd probably ignore her.
Ignore?
I'd ignore her.
Surprisingly, she enters the same saloon, and all the men in the place are thrilled by her beauty. Showing off her bold nature, she invites Wyatt for a dance, but he refuses. Seeing this, Bean makes his move. The men return to their game, but this is when a few cowboys join the party. Ike, Curly Bill, and Johnny Ringo have come to intimidate the Earps. Wyatt tries to de-escalate the situation. He tells them that he is no more a lawman, but secretly keeps a shotgun pointed at the trio from under the table. Ringo is well known for his fast hands, and to assert dominance, he shows off his skills in front of everyone. But Doc was no less of a gunman. He was having a drink from a steel cup, and after finishing it, copies the same moves with that small cup. Ringo feels humiliated as everyone praises Doc's skills, and the cowboys retreat without a word. Next day, Wyatt was riding on his horse when his path crossed with Josephine, and this time, the duo get to introduce each other. The fun-loving Josephine challenges him to a horse race, and Wyatt feels compelled to chase her.
Let's run it out of them.
Yeah, I'm an oak, all right.
The duo rest in the wilderness surrounded by flowers and warm sunlight, and Wyatt seems happier than when he is with Maddie. He says that he wants to settle down in life and have kids, but she retorts that this kind of life just won't suit him. Wyatt is taken aback by her boldness and by her unique personality, and it is clear that the two are falling in love. He returns to a drunk Maddie who is lying on the bed and shares his views on life. With a hopeful smile, he asks her to accompany him on his journey where they will spend their lives visiting places and living on room service, but her reaction completely turns him off. That night, Curly Bill is seen drinking to his heart's content, after which he goes on a shooting spree. He shoots at anything and everything which came to his sight, and it included even the moon. Fred cautiously walks up to Curly Bill and orders him to hand over his guns. But unfortunately, Bean watches from afar with Josephine by his side, while Wyatt rushes to the situation. He knocks out Curly Bill and holds Ike at gunpoint. Wyatt tells them that Curly Bill has committed murder and hence will be handed over to the law. Seeing his determination, the cowboys abandon Bill and retreat. But unfortunately, the judge acquits him, as no one had actually seen him fire the shot.
Then Spicer leans forward and he says, well, you can't have a murder without a witness. What? Case dismissed, yeah.
The Earp brothers plan on setting up a place of their own, which will guarantee a steady source of income. But just then the town mayor John Clum approaches them. He requests them to fill up the position of the town marshal and bring some law in the town, but the Earp brothers are least interested. Disappointed, the mayor leaves, but Virgil is seen having second thoughts. Post finishing the game, he departs from the saloon, only to find a gang of cowboys terrorizing the townsfolk while shooting in the air. He ponders on the mayor's request and eventually takes up the role of the town marshal. He immediately passes a law, as per which it is illegal to carry weapons within town's limits. Wyatt becomes furious and confronts his elder brother, who tells him that someone has to bring law into the town and relieve the innocent people off their suffering. Wyatt then urges Morgan to persuade Virgil against this craziness, but finds out that he too is wearing a badge.
Ah, God, don't tell me.
Like you said, Wyatt, we're brothers.
Feeling hopeless, he returns to the Oriental Saloon, and there, he meets Doc, who has been playing for 36 hours straight. Ike is also playing with him, and it appears that Doc has won 12 times in a row. Ike accuses him of cheating and gets into an altercation with Virgil. Wyatt eventually breaks up the fight, but suddenly, Doc collapses due to his ailing health and is carried away by Wyatt and the rest. Ike then threatens the bartender that he will come for the Earps and kill them at the very first chance he gets, forcing Virgil to knock him out and throw him in jail. Next morning, a doctor visits the sick Doc Holliday and tells him that his days are numbered. He advises Doc against smoking and drinking, but he brushes off his advice. Ike is released next morning, where he is picked up by other cowboys, and one of them threatens to kill Wyatt.
I'll fight you right now.
Wyatt casually disarms him and forces them to retreat, but before leaving, Ike threatens them that a fight is coming. Knowing fully well that the Cowboys are serious, Wyatt swears himself in as a marshal. Sure enough, the Cowboys gather in the O.K. corral, trying to intimidate the Earps. Doc, despite his poor health, joins the group. Wyatt tries to talk him out of it, but Doc has made up his mind. They march towards the Cowboys and are greeted by a building set ablaze by the thugs. Tension spikes as the two parties come face to face, and Doc marches fearlessly towards them with a shotgun. One of the Cowboys goes for his gun, prompting the Earps to open fire on the thugs. Wyatt and Doc show off their shooting skills, but Morgan and Virgil get shot. Unfortunately, Doc runs out of bullets and a cowboy points his gun at him. Luckily, Morgan shoots him in the nick of time. The Earps survive the battle, but some of the Cowboys manage to retreat. Bean, who witnessed the entire fight from inside the safety of his room, tries to arrest the Earps, but Wyatt stops him.
I don't think I'll let you arrest us today, Behan.
That night, the Cowboys pay respect for their fallen ones, and the Earps realize that this is just the beginning of trouble. Bean goes to Josephine's room and tells her that tough men come and go, and from tomorrow morning, he will be the one in charge of the town. A worried Josephine visits the wives of the Earp brothers and warns them that something bad is coming for them. Just then, they are ambushed by a cowboy. Luckily, no one is shot, and the women remain unharmed. It was a night of rain and thunder, while Wyatt and Morgan were having dinner inside their home. But this is when Virgil walks in clumsily and drops to the ground. The doctor tells them that he is shot in the arm and hints it needs to be amputated. Some of the Cowboys leave the gang after learning that innocent women were attacked and join Wyatt. But the worst is far from over. To divert his mind, Morgan was playing inside the saloon, but out of the blue, gets shot through the window glass. Wyatt hears the gunshot and rushes to his brother's aid. The doctor tries his best to pull out the bullet from inside his back, but he fails, as it is lodged too deep inside. Morgan wriggles in pain and loses his life right in front of Wyatt. Completely broken, he stands in the rain, and Josephine comes to him, but he denies her condolences.
Can't you see? Get away from me!
Seeing this, his wife, Maddie, leaves his side, leaving him completely alone and devastated. Next morning, Wyatt and Doc carry the deceased Morgan in a carriage, and before leaving, he tells Curly Bill that this war has ended. But as soon as he leaves, Bill orders Ike and Stillwell to finish off the Earp family. At the train station, Virgil boards the train, and Stillwell and Ike are about to attack them. But just then Wyatt shoots Stillwell from behind. As it appears, he did not board the train, and has stayed behind for retribution.
You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Wyatt, Doc, and a few other men who had left the Cowboys join forces and kill them one by one. Wyatt even goes to the extent of hanging their bodies, as a warning to anyone else willing to join the thugs. One day when Wyatt and his men were out hunting for cowboys, they get trapped in a crossfire set up by Curly Bill. But Wyatt has nothing else to lose, and hence charges fearlessly at Curly Bill and kills him.
No! No!
His own men are surprised at how fearless Wyatt has become. Soon, Wyatt and his men spot Ringo and Bean traveling together, but unfortunately, Doc starts bleeding from his mouth. They take him to Henry's place where Doc can rest for the night, and there, Wyatt sees Josephine, who is leaving town. Wyatt apologizes for his behavior the previous night and is glad to learn that Josephine has forgiven him. That afternoon, one of the Cowboys delivers the corpse of McMasters, a trusted ally who was fighting alongside Wyatt. This was a message from Ringo, who demands a duel with Wyatt.
He wants a straight-up fight, just you and him. Settle this thing once and for all.
You tell him I'll be there!
You crazy.
I'll be there!
Back at Doc's place, Wyatt learns that Ringo is much faster than him, and he has no chance against Ringo in a one-on-one duel. Doc is too sick to accompany him in this battle. Despite that, Wyatt thanks Doc and gives him his badge of the town marshal and leaves for battle. But as the scene shifts to Ringo, we see that it is not Wyatt whom he is facing.
I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry.
Ringo has no choice but to accept the fight. The men prepare themselves, measure each other, draw their weapons, and shoot.
Come on.
Doc joins Wyatt and his men for a final battle, and they successfully wipe out the entire cowboy gang. A few days later, we see that Doc is now admitted in a sanatorium. Wyatt visits him and hands him a book that he has written. They play one last game. Doc tells Wyatt that if he respects their friendship, he must leave immediately and spend the rest of his life with Josephine. Wyatt leaves, and in just a few moments, Doc passes away. Wyatt then visits Josephine and confesses his feelings for her.
I have no pride, no dignity, no money. I don't even know how we'll make a living, but I promise I'll love you the rest of your life.
She says yes. The couple dance in the snow and spend the rest of their lives together. This is how the movie ends. Thank you for staying till the end. If you like this recap, please drop a like and hit the subscribe button. Please also let us know which character you liked the best.